It's got to help the soul plan, command, and care at a higher level than it ordinarily can.
That's right.
It can make a better plan.
That's right.
It has better command of all
That's right.
things in its capacity.
That's right.
And
That's
it's-
right.
it must have some vision of the good, because caring means that. Like,
That's right.
So it has to have a higher
It
vision.
must have a vision that will be comparable to this on this side. As this is to the body, so this must be to the soul. Therefore, would you agree, if we could speak ideally now, then we should be able to take someone then who is damaged in this way, bring them about to the full excellence of health, or that we can put it in different traditions. Hatha Yoga. Can't we? We talk about Hatha Yoga. Right? Over here now, all right? Here is someone suffering from these kinds of problems and disorders. What would bring him to this? And what kind of a condition would that be? Well, look here. If there was an art for that, there'd have to be a certain kind of knowledge, wouldn't there? A certain kind of knowledge and a certain ideal. So let's put it in here. Here we are. Even though I don't like taking away this great art. So this missing person here, right? He would have to have an art that presupposes a knowledge. He would then have to have an ideal. And that ideal, would you not agree, would have to be the highest expression for the existence of man.
I would like to think so, but I don't believe it.
Come on, would that be necessary? This would have to be the highest expression for the physical existence of the body.
I agree with that.
This would have to be the highest expression of the existence of the soul.
Well, there's a lot of pseudo-psychologists that put in a belief system. They would substitute a belief system.
Yes, they would. And then we would then have to ask, which is where we're going, the role of belief and the role of knowledge. That's right. That's where we're going to go. That's right. That's right. But let's get there. All right, okay. They'd have to have the ideal of the perfection, would you not agree? The perfection or the excellence of the soul. And to have that ideal, it must be a perfect idea of the highest, would you agree? The highest good for man. Nothing short. Well then, if there was this kind of knowledge, and it did presuppose this ideal, then this person then could then look at someone and make a diagnosis. The diagnosis would be a way of judging the difference between this ideal and the condition of the subject, and the difference between that, the difference between these two, when expressed in words, would be the diagnosis. Would you agree then, if he's functioning as a knowledge, he's functioning through knowledge and understanding, then a training of the soul should then be expected on the basis of the diagnosis through the knowledge. Then there should be a follow-up. Would you not agree? And time would play a critical role, what to do, what, when, under certain conditions. And would you not agree that entire thing must be totally for the benefit of the subject? Or it can't be an art. Ah, now look what we're going to do. We're going to go back here. Now, for that person then to join that circle of three, they would then say, would they not, that that person who's mastered the art, whatever that art is, they would have to have spent a great deal of time on their study. They would have had to have studied the best in their field. They would have to know what is being said and understand the meaning of what is being said, the verses, and understand it thoroughly. And they then should be able to interpret the mind of these people to an audience. Then they should be able to go around, let's see now if we can go around and push the whole system we've developed. All right? Here we go. I think we'll put out a wanted ad in the Penny Saver. Wanted, someone who can function in the following ways. We'll give you a title later. Right? We want to hold back the title. All right. In terms of what we did, would you agree? When several people are talking about the subject about which that person has the art, they should be able to decide who speaks well and who does not, and know that when they're speaking well, their advice is sound, and it represents most fully the knowledge that that person, as a judge, possesses. Would you agree? So therefore, one of the primary functions then would be the capacity of being a judge in terms of what the individual possessor of the art has. Would you go further, all right? That this person then should be able then to, same thing as before, so he should be able to show when several people are talking about things in his area, he should be able to show which ones have good opinions, which does not, and give an opinion about it. He should be able to explain, if any of these people is good, he should be explain all their good work. He should be able to explain it. If he's able to explain all their good work in terms of his knowledge, in terms of his art, then he should also be able to give a discourse on the origins of this art, who discovered it, as it were, who were the greatest thinkers in that field, and then study it comparatively. All right, then let's do it. Let's put it in here now. Now, you name those kinds of systems that address themselves to the perfection of man. Got some? Hinduism. Buddhism.
Scientology.
Scientology.
No, Buddhism wouldn't fit. Because in Buddhism they demand not knowledge but a transformation. Knowledge is not enough in Buddhism.
I totally agree, but do they do what they do without any knowledge?
They gotta know something.
Yeah,
Does the Roshi have no knowledge about what he's doing?
He has to have knowledge.
Oh, good for you.
But he's not going to give the people.
Okay, all right, all right.
Just
Would you
knowledge isn't enough. That's,
Okay, would you agree there can be others?
you know.
Ah, good, good. Now, if there can be others, he can now make a comparative judgment, can't he? He now can be engaged in comparative judgments. What should he be able to do?
Be able to speak about all of them.
That's right, but would you agree they're different?
Right.
Would you agree there's different?
Oh, yes.
There's a difference in each of them?
Right. Take the best part, as you said, take the best part out of all of them.
Pardon me, louder?
You should be able to take the best part out of all of them. And if you-
Would it not only, you're quite right, would it not only be the best part of each of the systems, but the best part that also represents this art?
Right.
So wherever these systems come closest to approaching this art, in each of those systems, let's put it in this way, all right? This shaded area, whatever it is. Now, would you agree, since that's his art, and what we said before, anyone who possesses the art would naturally have an interest in seeing that art being discussed and expressed in a variety of situations, and would profit by their differences to see whether they could spot those differences in the respect to the fact they may contribute to that knowledge that they themselves possess in the art? If that's the case, come on, therefore, they would then want to study these, would they not? And they would be able to identify those where this information is said best. And wherever it is said best, they would also know where it isn't. And in those respects, they'd pool together the best of all of these. Now I'm going to shift gears for a moment for the next point, all right?